Welcome to Virtual Ice Skating Coach. In this episode, you're going to learn about the progression of spins from the 2-foot spin, 1-foot spin, and scratch spin.
When doing a 2-foot spin, it's important to remember that the momentum from the spin actually comes from your right side. You take your right arm and swing it around counterclockwise, and you take your right leg and bring it in to the left side to create your circular momentum.
Remember too, if you're a left-footed skater, you're going to want to do the opposite. Keep in mind, if you are unsure which direction you like to rotate, have yourself start facing a wall and have somebody say your name. The way that you rotate to look at them is the direction you're naturally going to want to turn. When you start your spin, make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart. There's also an alternative way to begin your spin. It is more advanced, so you may find that you will like the 2 feet shoulder width apart method. However, you also can start with your toe in the ice from a pivot position.
Other tips for doing a spin: be sure to keep your knees bent at all times, and you can always leave your arms out for balance. If you bring your arms in, it will speed up your spin.
The next spin that you would progress to would be the 1-foot spin. To start, when you spin, your goal is to go around 2 to 3 rotations.
My favorite way to teach a 1-foot spin is transitioning from a 2-foot spin to a 1-foot spin via the heel drag technique. This involves starting in a 2-foot spin and then dragging your right heel. This will cause your weight to shift to the left side and eventually allow you to pick up your foot altogether and spin on 1 foot. After practicing the heel drag technique, you will eventually go into the 1-foot spin automatically.
If you are left-footed, remember that you are going to turn the opposite direction that this video is describing. Also, you're going to want to put your other hand in front. You're going to pull in your other foot, so you're going to bring your left foot to your right instead of the right to the left. And also, your dominant hand might not always be the same as your dominant foot, so make sure that when you rotate, you're rotating what is the most natural for you. So for the 1-foot spin, you're going to bend your knees, do that 2-foot spin. When you feel balanced, lift up 1 foot so it is below your skating knee. Make sure your hip stays up. Then you're going to pull your arms in and doing your 1-foot spin. In order to check out of your 1-foot spin, you're going to bend your knees, put your feet back together, and then push out. And finally, we're going to show you how to do a scratch spin. Each spin builds upon each other, so make sure if you don't get this spin, practice spins that are previously described in this video. Before we attempt the scratch spin, we're going to walk through the 3 main positions. We recommend trying these poses out from a standstill position first. And if this is still too difficult for you to do on the ice, you may try these in your tennis shoes on the ground. Let's review those 3 main poses. First one is the starfish position. So when I'm saying these, I like to progress it as out. So arms out to the side, and almost like if you were a starfish. So your arms are going to be facing and stretched all the way out, and your leg's going to be stretched all the way out. Keep in mind, when we say free leg, that means the leg that is in the air, whereas when we are talking about the skating leg, that is going to be the leg that you are standing on. So your free leg is going to be extended out with your foot even with your skating knee, and your toe is going to be facing up towards the ceiling. For the next position of your scratch spin, you're going to bend your elbows inward, so that way your hands come together as if you were going to squeeze the air out of a beach ball. And then your free leg is going to bend and keep your thigh parallel to the ice. Keep your knee and your hip up, and then you're going to take the foot of your free leg and cross it over your knee of your skating leg. For the final position, you are going to take your foot and you're going to take your hands and you're going to pull inward towards your body. Now you're going to pretend you are squeezing the air out of the beach ball and pull all the way to your chest. And then at the same time, you are going to take your foot that is up by your knee and you're going to push down towards your other foot. Now I bet you didn't think you'd get a science lesson out of this, but actually when you are spinning, you are using physics. I'm going to talk about angular momentum. With angular momentum, that's when you are spinning or you're rotating in the air. And when you take your arms and legs from an outward position and you pull them in tighter to your body, so it's actually in turn going to make you rotate faster. So be prepared to gain speed and don't be afraid of it, just keep going with it. If you are right-footed, start with your left foot in front of you, your left arm in front of you, and your right arm to the side. So you're going to make a T with your feet and an L with your arms. Bend your knees, use your outside edge, and push and lean into your circle to make that outside edge diminish. For those of you who are visual learners, the shape of your edge is going to make a half of a heart. Now you have all the pieces to perform your scratch spin. Make sure you remember starting T-push, your extension, and the 3 main poses. Thank you for tuning in and learning about spins. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel.